Hello everybody and welcome to Gratitude Sunday, week 6, sign language 6 rather than 6. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, Gratitude Sunday is where I share my love and techniques around memory keeping while sharing with you my past week and everything I'm grateful for in that week. So you come for the technique, stay for the conversation. At least I could hope anyway, right? Hey, and happy Super Bowl Sunday to those of you who enjoy watching Super Bowl Sunday. I don't really follow sports, but I do enjoy watching a good football game. So wearing my Go Snoopy football jersey. So if you're doing that today, I wish your team all the luck. Pass the chicken wings, please. So those of you who have been following my videos, the pink fabric from last week made it up on the window to help with some of that backlighting issue. And for those of you who are going, God, how did she get all this stuff done in the middle of everything? There was no sewing involved. The biggest thing was laying the fabric out on my floor so I could get it to cut a nice straight rectangle, folded it over, draped it over a rod. That was it. No sewing. So don't get yourself excited. Short, sweet, and simple. And if you see, I got those hearts that I was working on this week. They're hanging up there for now too. Yeah, that was a fun story, wasn't it? So let's jump in. I've been spending a lot of time in the studio and behind the camera, so I kind of got a head start on Gratitude Sunday this week. So I am hoping to make this a short version, so no invitation this week to kind of join in and grab a project you've been working on like I usually do, because I'm hoping to keep it short this week, guys. Go enjoy the football game or take a little break. That's kind of what I'm planning on doing. Okay, so let's get to it. Really this week, I want to focus on the fact I got to spend a lot of time working on that heart craft that turned into a complicated I'm not going to say mess. It wasn't a complicated mess, but it was just a more complicated project than I expected. Let's see. We got a visit from Stella on Monday. She was passing through, stopped in for a cup of tea, and doesn't Stella look at how cute Stella looks? So Stella knows what I get up to, so she showed up with a bunch of these little cat cutouts from a cookie box. I wanted to know if I'd like them. Yes, please. So I'm keeping one to remember that she came, but I think I'm going to keep these for like St. Patrick's Day or something. Help in March. You will see a lot of things left over from that video from making those hearts. I really feel like I want to show one of them. Where's one of my favorites here? We're going to show the simple one, not the really complicated one. Right? Look how cool. They really came out nice. Yeah. I just keep thinking it was really a learning process. It was a learning process. And really what it came down to is now I know what I would not do again and what I would do if I were to make these again. But before I even got to those hearts on Wednesday the 5th, we sat and had like a cup of tea together. And we talked about my everyday carry journal, which I wanted to pop in here because ever since that day, I did a couple of things. I finally took those Why can't I think today? What do you call those things? Charms. Thank you. Thank you for whoever threw that to me. Remember I said in the Everyday Carry Journal that I hadn't done anything with the charms because they were in this wrapper and I liked the way the wrapper sounded in here. Well, what I did was finally use the charms. I took them and stuck them on that love paper clip that I had over here. I just took a jump ring and some chain and got my little Snoopy charms on there, and now that love paper clip lives over here so that my Snoopy charms can hang off the back. Come on, O, stop being complicated and difficult. And so to keep the plastic sound in the cover there when I touch it, I did a little mixed media on the card. So I went into my little Snoopy stash and covered up where the charms had been attached. Dookie Snoopy and Woodstock dancing. And this was the sentiment that was on that page with the Snoopy picture. You're someone who makes the world brighter every day. We should all tell ourselves that. Someone who makes the world brighter every day. Not only tell ourselves that, but believe it, because we all have something to offer to this world. Another little Woodstock. So yeah, I basically did just this little mixed media thing, kept it in its wrapper, and now I keep it in there. Still get the sound and have something to remind me, something beautiful about myself, and have the charms. Also, these hearts that I was making, I knew I was making one to be here in the gratitude journal, but I went ahead and made those little embellishments that would hang off of it. But they have those half moon pearls on there. I made these little charms with the half moon pearls. And well, I thought, okay, maybe I would let them dangle out here. I don't know. I just didn't want all that dimension in my Memory Keeper journal. So I remembered, shout out to my girlfriend Lisa. What? Lisa! She gave me this bookmark. We were probably in high school. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a duck. Wah, wah, wah. And it didn't have a ribbon on it anymore, so I replaced the ribbon and stuck those little charms on there because I keep this in my everyday carry. And so look, I just have a little bit more dangly stuff. I guess I have a thing with dangly bits. Don't go there. Yes. So, the other thing I want to celebrate and be grateful for, not only being able to get these videos done, and for my little visit from Stella, is for you guys. For you guys who watch my videos. And I wanted to do a couple of shout outs and shares because, you know, I had a little conversation with AI to do a little introspection, do a little data mining in my head of, you know, those hearts became very complicated at one point, but I persisted and I wanted to know, get to the bottom of what really drives me to not give up and to keep going. And do you know, one of the biggest answers was you guys. So the fact that I saw a pair of earrings, looked at them and said, oh, this is a great inspiration to make a papercraft version of that, and wanting to share the story of how inspiring you guys, hey, remember to look at items and things in your world, your surroundings, to inspire you to make something. And that was going to be the whole premise behind this paper craft. And as it got complicated, I thought to myself, well, I still want to show what it's like to go through this. It isn't always happy, happy, laughter, laughter. And still be able to share my story with you. So with that said, I wanted to share some of the comments. That Everyday Carry video actually prompted a lot of comments, so I want to thank you all for commenting. And I also want to thank those of you, I know there's people out there that watch and don't comment or anything, and that's okay. I know you're there and I appreciate you. When I look at my statistics, there's always 30 to 40 people that keep coming back, and that's nice and cozy for me. I'm happy with that. So I embrace all of you. This is a fun journey to be on for me. Let's look at some of these. I printed out some of the comments, or it may have been all of them, because I really am grateful for you guys. I set out to be on YouTube because I wanted to share my story, and I'm pleasantly pleased at the impact it's having. So I wanted to introduce everybody to Torta Jala. She has her channel. You should check it out because she also does journaling. But if you're also into fountain pens and Midori Habino journals, she's sharing her experience on her channel. And yeah, she discussed how spending time on this hobby, whether, you know, life gets busy and pressures are constant, but that it's not just a hobby. It's a necessity. It helps us be balanced functioning human beings. So a shout out to Torta Jala. I've been enjoying your channel. Thank you for your comment. I also, let's see, we got Nicole Broadley, 9804, was happy with my explanation of the Everyday Carry. We've got Connie McCarroll, 8541, sending out hearts and love. I appreciate you. And Rose, oh Rose, you really touched my heart, Rose. I want to give you a giant hug. She shared her experience of keeping a visual journal in the last year of her husband's life. That is a beautiful comment. You guys should check it out. And I really love that she says any type of journal is an excellent way to hold a mirror up to your inner self. I just love that sentiment. Rose, I just have to tell you, your story was so touching, and I took everything to keep from welling up, and I so appreciate you sharing your story. Thank you so much for that. And of course, Cherie. Cherie and I have become really good friends. She was brave enough to reach out to me, and we've connected. And if you're looking for the president of my fan club and the CEO of Morale, she's the one. Hi, Cherie. So I'm filling my spread this past week with all the love from you guys and some of the detritus from making those hearts. I certainly have plenty of flowers here from making them that I could spread around the page. This was a fun thing. I had extra white gesso when I was making the patterns and textures in these hearts. So I grabbed an envelope, and a business envelope from receiving all those EOBs from insurance that we get, and just put one of those stencils right across there, filled it in with that texture paste, and threw on different watercolors, just so I used up all the white gesso that I had extra after doing that. I tucked a piece of black paper behind the windows. I like the way the black looks behind there. And I'm just going to glue that in. And you know what else I tucked in there as a memento to my pain? Making those hearts is a sheet of that aluminum that created those little hearts. No, flowers. Flowers. All of these that I cut out for both sides on all those hearts, and the other dangly bits on those other hearts also had more of them. Turned out I cut out 60 of them, 3 at a time. It was worth repeating. So I'm keeping that in there as a memento and going to put that in the corner. All right, friends. Oh, the little cardinal up in the top is one day this week I was just watching a beautiful cardinal up at the suet, so I just kind of wanted to remember that. And of course we got little mama. Little mama cat was sitting with me as I was journaling. Yeah, that entire video about the conversation of my everyday carry journal was prompted because Cherie and I were sharing some texts, and she had asked me a couple of questions about the everyday carry, and I decided, you know what, this needs to be a video, so here we go. So I'm really going to keep it short. I'm going to put all these things, paste them down. You don't need to watch me do that, but I do owe you a look back at last week's. So this is what it looked like before we ended our conversation. Okay, this is last week's with all the journaling filled in. I added the Sleepy Garfield sticker, so more journaling. It was interesting to see how the journaling reacted over the top of the solar paste. It did pretty good. That was with that Tombow blue-bodied black ink marker. It stayed on there. Oh, you know, though, I think I cheated. I think I took some clear spray fixative when I was done. Oh, I did. I'm not lying, because that embossing powder, because I really didn't use it as an embossing powder, but as like sparkles, I hid it with clear fixative to keep all that powder from spreading, which helped with the black ink. I added in my American Ribbon brochure. Some me time. Yeah, really just more journaling. The happiness is a state of mind got in there. And I love petting my little piece of fabric from that fabric store. A short and sweet gratitude Sunday this week. Make sure to be grateful for all the little things we tend to take for granted. Go out and experience some life as best you can so that we can memory keep it in the weeks to come, right? Enjoy life, laugh at it, make fun of it because it deserves it. Love you guys, and I'll see you at the next project. Mwah, ciao. Ciao, Bella.